Welcome to Forced Perspective, the review show where failure is not only an option, it's an inevitability. Today we'll be taking a look at Wings of V, a game where violence is the answer. Yeah, I really need to hire a contractor. You succumb to peer pressure and unleash the ultimate evil because apparently angels have the most lax security ever. So, you have to go and try to fix that world-ending problem, but after dying over 1,000 times and getting your butt kicked by 2 orcs, you just give up. Wait. That might have been me. I might have done that. Yeah, so on that note, I would first like to say that I have not completed this game. I chose to play on normal difficulty or mortal mode, thinking that I was not a punk. Turns out the opposite is true, and now I've run out of patience. But with 14 hours and 5,000% completion, yeah, we'll get to that. I think I'm still qualified to talk about the game! Wings of V is an ultra-challenging 2D platformer with some Metroidvania elements. Very similar to Cave Story, both in terms of those elements and the art style. But with the difficulty, it's on a completely different masochistic level. The difficulty is on a level slightly below any of the I Wanna Be the Blank games, which makes sense considering one of the people that made this game also made I Wanna Be the Boshi.
It's Boshi time!
Shut up. A game I never played because I'm not insane, says the person talking to himself in an empty room. Man, perspective sucks. But anyways, back to the difficulty, I will say that this game is a lot more fair than any of the I Wanna Be the Guy games. It is, for the most part, except for after screen transitions, skill-based. You see what you have to do when you do it. Every once in a while there's an enemy that will spawn off screen, but there's no gravity-defying apples, and honestly, that's all I asked for. And with that degree of challenge, you need some good controls, and it does have them. While I can't say they're the best controls I've ever experienced, if you mess up, it's most likely not the controls' fault. Good thing too, because the bosses in platforming are both, unpleasant. But in a good way. Kind of. The platforming pretty much speaks for itself. You need pixel-perfect precision, and eventually you need to correctly combo your double jump, flutter, dash, and slide. Mess up the order or the timing, and, well, you're gonna respawn, but it's very inconvenient. And the bosses are gonna beat you down. Well, except for this one. You should be ashamed of yourself. But all the other ones are gonna take some thought and dexterity to beat. Like normal, the first ones are easier, but once you get your projectile attack, things really pick up. I mean, even though it's still useful after that point, there's only so much you can do with the melee attack thing. It probably has a name, but anyways, yeah, be good at video games, or my preferred method, smack your head against a brick wall repeatedly until you get lucky. Well, unless you play on the one-hit kill doomed modifier, in which case, I'm terribly sorry for your loss. Alright, finally, we get to the thing that really matters. Hats! I apologize. But yes, there are cosmetics. You can even look like a robotic homeless person. So that's nice. There's really not much to say. I was just gonna use this as an intro into the secrets, but I mean, just look at that thing. Look at it. Okay, putting everything back on track now. We're talking about the secrets. No, you get out of here, you abomination! There are many secrets scattered throughout the game, ranging from slightly out of view, to backtracking, to performing an even more difficult task than was required previously. As far as I can tell, they're all just cosmetics, but I don't really know what else they would be, so I guess I should talk about performance. Now, while I may not be as much of a visual fidelity connoisseur as some of the classier creatures of the sea, I will say that this did have some FPS drops. During a few sections, I wasn't able to get much above 30 FPS, but I will also say that this is lessened a bit as they've been patching the game. Which is another thing I'd like to talk about. When this game first came out, it was a bug-addled mess. I had multiple crashes, most of which during boss death animations, forcing me to beat them again with the reaction that you would expect. At one point, my game file was corrupted and unplayable, and although all of these issues have been seemingly patched over the past few days, at a commendable rate I might add, I don't have enough information to say that everything has been fixed yet. Especially when the game has displayed that I have over 5,000% completion for the past 4 hours of gameplay. So as they say, time makes fools of us all. No, wait. Only the penitent man shall... No, that's the Last Crusade. Just wait a couple weeks, okay? Okay, shut up. Hey, look over there, it's a needless summary. Wings of V is a 2D platform with Metroidvania elements at a difficulty level high enough to keep even the most hardcore rage game enthusiasts entertained. The platforming and boss fights, while certainly challenging, are not unfair for the most part. There are a few areas where things feel out of your hands at first, but after a few dozen attempts, you get things under control. The only issue I had with this game, other than my own incompetence, was some performance issues, and although these issues are being patched in a timely manner, I would advise waiting a week or two until giving it a try. I mean, seriously, I wrote an entire other script for this thing before it was patched. It was that broken. I beat this thing like 4 times before it took. Thanks for watching. Click over here to watch the last review. I actually was so good at that one, I had the 3rd highest score in the world. So you should probably click on that to see why that is about 50% accurate. I got the 3rd highest score in the world. Seriously, me. I did this. This guy. Well, sort of that guy, but yeah, when I reached the top percentile,